Hey everybody, it's Monday, so we are back with another little video clip insight into what's going on. I'm Cindy.
And I'm Steve. And we do not have a name for this video yet. After
a month
of these, we asked, but we're still doing them, so which is super great. We're still here.
Send your ideas, guys. We're just coming off of Madison half marathon, and we had a great group out there. We were in charge of one of the aid stations out on course, so we had a big group from our team doing that. Really fun to watch all the athletes come through. And then we also had athletes that were racing, participating in the event that way as well. And we also actually just came off of a fall run program. So other athletes that kind of came on board with us to join the community for the fall. And over the last 7 weeks, trained for other events as well, but a lot of them sort of geared towards getting ready for the Madison half marathon. So that was really fun to see all of them out there and participating, and a lot of big improvements too, which is always fun to see. So coming off of that, we just have a couple thoughts on where we're at kind of in this time of the year.
It's my turn. So don't screw it up. So I will say that so the Madison Marathon was, for the Run Club, our key race for the athletes to improve the best in. So when we talked to the athletes, this was the race that they wanted to focus on. Because if you remember back a long time ago, the first video, we said, how do you organize like an off season to really improve your limiters? And a lot of times when you're doing like a Thanksgiving 5K, like the Burby Derby, or maybe like the Madison Marathon, like it is an opportunity for you to improve in one aspect, because not every race you always do is going to be your best ever time. And I think that's really important to know, that sometimes you step on a line, you shouldn't be thinking, this is my PR race. And I think a lot of it is, when you step to a line, do you need to learn to push yourself harder than what you're used to? Or are you going to execute the race in a different fashion so you don't blow up toward the last part of the race? So a lot of times a race is not always about setting a personal best. It's saying, did I improve myself in that aspect? Because you're not always going to run a personal best for a variety of reasons. So that's one thing that I wanted to say about.
Yeah, and a lot of us aren't necessarily in peak shape right now this time of year either. So maybe your big race was August or September, and you took a little break, and now you're kind of ramping back into things. So you can't really expect a PR, off of peak shape as well. But like Steven said, you can be working on some other things. I mean, I had somebody in the race yesterday, and one of the biggest things that we were working on was cadence during the run. And ideally, that translates into a faster pace overall. But that was one of the big sort of parameters that we were looking at for that run. So a little, process goal that will help that individual be able to run faster and meet goals in the coming season.
Yeah. And one story that I think about with this topic is, this was long ago. I had an athlete doing Lake Placid, and that's in the end of July. And it was the beginning of the year. It was December, January, very early time of the year. And this person said to me, listen, all of my friends that are doing this race, they're already in their basements riding 4 to 5 hours in the trainer. And it was like January. And I'm thinking, just relax. You'll be totally fine. These people, unlikely when they get to June and July, they're going to be totally burned out. And they were. And I think a lot of it is, if you are itching to get back into like that peak level of training, to get back into high level swim, bike, and running, just remember what is ahead of you. Thanksgiving, Christmas, in the whole winter. And I think a lot of it is like, if you're trying to get back into like intense training too early, I think the chances of you getting to the peak time of the season, you're going to be so mentally tired, where you have to embrace that it is okay to not be doing such high level of training right now, and just continue to get through this busy period and then be ready for it. So it's okay. Totally fine not to be in high level training right now.
For sure.
So
especially not trying to crush it out in all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Well, that's it.
Point.
And thanks. I liked yours too.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Okay. See ya.